Last time in Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, the world of curses expanded beyond Earth itself. With the Sumerians' arrival, the balance of power began to shift, and the next generation of sorcerers stepped into uncharted territory. We saw Yuka, Tsurugi, and Maru begin their journey as the new face of the Jujutsu world, each carrying the weight of their own legacy. In this video, I'll be breaking down chapters 3 and 4, covering the man-eating shark incident and the mysterious kid who's been repeating the same grade over and over again. The story begins with Usami giving Yuka, Tsurugi, and Maru a new mission, to eliminate a man-eating shark that's been killing people in the Gifu region, which is outside Tokyo. Usami orders the three to eliminate this shark, but they're confused. Like, shouldn't the government handle something like this? Why would Jujutsu sorcerers be sent to deal with a shark? Then Usami explains that this shark was spotted in Gifu, which is outside Tokyo. And here's the twist. This isn't your normal water shark. This thing moves through forests. So with this strange mission in hand, Yuka, Tsurugi, and Maru set off to find and exorcise it. During their travel, they start talking, and from that conversation, we learn that cursed spirits are usually only found inside Tokyo. But this time, one has appeared outside in Gifu. Maru is totally clueless about cursed spirits, so he asks about them. Tsurugi gets a bit irritated and says, "Oh, now you're talking to me? I thought you said last time you wouldn't talk to me anymore." Tsurugi is referring to when he talked with Maru's twin brother in the last chapter, mistaking him for Maru, since he doesn't actually know that Maru has a twin. Then Yuka starts explaining to Maru what cursed spirits really are. They're incarnations of negative cursed energy that leaks out from humans. In the world of Jujutsu Kaisen, these cursed spirits are what people in folklore call yokai, or ghosts. Of course, all JJK fans already know this, but Maru, being an alien, doesn't. As they continue their journey, Tsurugi starts thinking to himself, it's been decades since a cursed spirit appeared outside Tokyo, but now that aliens have shown up on Earth, cursed spirits are suddenly appearing here too. Could this be connected somehow? Hearing this, Maru looks confused. He can't understand what Tsurugi's trying to imply. Then Yuka says that it seems like this man-eating shark might not actually be a cursed spirit at all. It could be an alien eating people. The moment Maru hears that, he gets defensive. He shouts, "We aliens don't eat humans. We came here to live with humans." At that point, he indirectly admits that he's an alien, and Yuka and Tsurugi finally realize it too. Maru quickly says, "I'll explain everything later. About the aliens, I mean." Yuka and Tsurugi are like, "Fine, whatever. Clearly you're hiding something. Tell us when you're ready." Then we cut to an old man giving information about the case. He says there were 2 victims and 3 witnesses, and all 3 witnesses saw the shark with their own eyes. While Yuka continues the questioning, we shift to Tsurugi and Maru again. Tsurugi starts doubting Maru, saying, "Are you sure the aliens aren't planning something secret against us?" Maru gets defensive. "What do you mean by that?" Tsurugi remembers the kidnapper from chapter 1 who said that aliens came to Earth to invade it. Thinking about that, Tsurugi asks, "Is that true? Did you aliens really come to invade us?" Maru doesn't answer out loud. He just thinks to himself, "I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen." Their argument keeps heating up. Maru insists, "We aliens don't kill humans, we don't eat them," but Tsurugi still doesn't trust him. Tsurugi finally snaps and says, "We sorcerers can die any time during our missions, so I can't afford to have an idiot like you by my side." Hearing these words, Maru gets triggered. He yells, "You sound just like my brother! What about me is stupid?" Tsurugi brings up the previous mission, the one with the kidnapped kid, and says, "You had power that could have saved him earlier, but you waited till the end to use it." "Why?" Maru replies, "I already told you, I can't use my powers freely. My higher-ups order me not to." Tsurugi shouts, "So you'd let a child die just because your higher-ups told you not to use your powers?" Their argument goes on, but suddenly, they both spot the shark moving through the forest. Yes, an actual shark swimming through trees. Tsurugi gets ready to use his technique, but Maru stops him, warning that his attack could burn down the entire forest. Instead, Maru pins down the shark and tells Tsurugi to exorcise it carefully using only his cursed energy. But before they can act, they realize, the shark isn't a cursed spirit at all. It's actually a human. The so-called man-eating shark isn't a cursed spirit at all. It's actually a human, a former Jujutsu sorcerer named Osada, who uses a curse technique that lets him gain powers from any costume he wears. He had been cosplaying as a shark while hunting something else entirely, a man-eating tiger that was killing villagers. And whenever he arrives at the scene, it's already too late, so people started blaming him. Osada explains that decades ago, illegal foreign traders brought a pair of tigers to the mountains here, and now, their grandchild, named Tonosuke, is the tiger attacking humans. Tsurugi says, "If this tiger is killing people, we have to exterminate it." But Osada disagrees. "No, that's wrong. The tiger only came down because humans destroyed its home. It's not its fault." He argues that killing it wouldn't be justice. Humans are responsible for destroying the ecosystem. The river dried up due to solar energy installations and heat. That's why the tiger came down from the mountain looking for water. Osada believes humans and animals can coexist peacefully. Hearing that word coexistence, Maru freezes. Because that's exactly why the aliens came to Earth, to see if humans and aliens can coexist. So Maru supports Osada's idea. He says, maybe we should hear him out, but Tsurugi refuses. If we waste time debating, more people will die. Before they can finish arguing, the tiger itself appears, massive, fierce, and ready to kill. Osada fights bravely but gets badly injured. Tsurugi steps in to finish the tiger off, but suddenly we see a flashback. Osada once raised Tonosuke when it was just a cub. They shared a strong bond, like man and pet, but time and survival turned Tonosuke wild. Osada, crying, begs Tsurugi, please end his suffering quickly. Tsurugi nods, and with a single powerful shot, he kills Tonosuke. Osada weeps and whispers, "I'm sorry, Tonosuke." Afterward, Maru feels deeply sad. The tiger wanted to coexist but couldn't, and that makes him question whether aliens like him can ever coexist with humans either. Tsurugi then approaches him, and Maru finally tells the truth. He's on Earth to study if humans and aliens can live together peacefully. His curse technique is linked to his twin brother, meaning if he uses his powers, his brother will know, and possibly destroy that peace. Hearing all this, Tsurugi is shocked. He realizes Maru's burden and says, "Should you really be telling me all this?" Maru replies, "Not at all. I would appreciate it if you'd keep it a secret." He adds, "Maybe we aliens are like that tiger, but at least we can understand your language." At that moment, a baby tiger cub walks out of the forest. Everyone thinks Tsurugi will kill it, but instead he gently picks it up, hands it to Osada, and says, "Train him properly this time. Don't let him stray away again." Osada starts crying again, overwhelmed. Maru looks at Tsurugi and asks, "Are you sure about this?" Tsurugi replies, "Nobody knows how that cub will turn out, just like with us." Hearing that, Maru smiles, finally hopeful again. And that's how Chapter 3 ends. Chapter 4 opens with a shocking reveal. Sasami meets with Tsurugi and Yuka, revealing a truth that leaves them momentarily stunned. Maru is actually an alien. But instead of reacting with shock, both Yuka and Tsurugi simply nod. They already know. Maru had told them himself. Yuka then asks, "So now we can talk about it openly?" Sasami sighs and explains, "We weren't supposed to tell you two that Maru is an alien, but the Sumerians reported to us that Maru accidentally let it slip himself." He instructs them to keep working with Maru on Jujutsu High missions, and specifically tells Tsurugi to watch him closely. "Learn everything you can about his powers and his secrets," Sasami says. Tsurugi agrees, but quietly decides to keep Maru's truth hidden for now. Not long after, the trio receives a new mission, this time about a strange student who's been repeating the same grade for years. There's suspicion that a cursed spirit might be involved. The police can't handle something like this, so the job goes to Yuka, Maru, and Tsurugi. During the briefing, Yuka casually asks Maru how old he is. He replies, "I'm 19. Both Yuka and Tsurugi go silent for a moment, pretending they didn't hear him. There's no way they're about to start treating him like he's older now. Mino, their informant, then explains, for the past 2 years, a student with the same face has transferred out each time they were supposed to move up to 2nd grade, disappearing along with their family. Every year, the same face reappears under a different name, at the same address. Something clearly isn't right." Yuka and Mino decide to check out the kid's house, while Tsurugi and Maru head to the school to wait for him. As soon as the boy arrives and notices them, he panics and runs away. Tsurugi immediately grows suspicious and takes off after him. During the chase, a creepy creature bursts out of nowhere, tendrils whipping through the air, grabbing at the boy while attacking both Maru and Tsurugi. Both dodge the strikes as Tsurugi yells, "Is this a Shikigami or some kind of guardian spirit?" He steps forward, signaling Maru to stay back. Inside, he's thinking, Maru's holding back, he's worried about using his technique. If the aliens watching him see he's helping humans, they'll think coexistence is impossible. That could start a war. As Tsurugi processes all this, the kid suddenly starts crying and apologizing. The guardian spirit freezes, lowering its attack. Through tears, the boy explains his story. 3 years ago, he came home and found his mother collapsed on the floor. He didn't want to be in a different class in the 2nd year, so he begged his mom to let him stay in the 1st grade forever. His mom became a ghost and made it happen so that he could remain a 1st grader forever. Hearing this, Tsurugi starts to wonder, could this emotional trauma have triggered his cursed awakening? It reminds him of his grandfather's case. Yuta Okotsu, whose power was also born from deep grief. Tsurugi then begins to suspect the truth. Maybe the boy's mother had fabricated the entire illusion herself. He asks the boy's name. "Masayoshi," the boy says. Tsurugi nods and asks him to take them to his house, because something doesn't feel right. Meanwhile, Yuka and Mino are already outside that same house. Yuka frowns. I'm getting really bad vibes from this place. She notices something strange near the yard. They start digging, and what they find shocks them, a human skull. Tsurugi and Maru arrive at the boy's house, where Tsurugi discovers a buried body. Must be his mother, he mutters. Maru gently asks, "Did you bury her yourself?" The boy nods, trembling. "That must have been tough," Maru says softly. "Do tears?" the boy asks. "Am I going to jail?" Maru quickly shakes his head. "No, Jujutsu High will take care of you." The boy wipes his eyes. "But what about my home?" Maru smiles sadly. "I lost mine too. Maybe someday we can be neighbors." The boy blinks. "What's a neighbor?" "A friend who understands why the things that matter to you are so important," Maru replies. The moment feels peaceful, but then Yuka calls in. "Where are you, Tsurugi?" she asks. "At Masaki's house, obviously," he replies. Yuka pauses. "Wait, I'm at Masaki's house." Tsurugi freezes. "What?" Yuka yells through the phone. "Masaki's guilty as hell. Totally guilty. We found 5 bodies buried in his yard. And I have a feeling there are more. If you make contact with Takeda, take him into custody immediately." Tsurugi's eyes widen in horror. He turns around and sees Maru unconscious on the floor. The boy smirks and slowly removes his mask, revealing an old man in disguise. The old man sneers. "Damn, didn't know there were more of you." And with that shocking reveal and Maru on the ground, the chapter 4 ends. So yeah, that's chapters 3 and 4 of Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, 2 chapters that took us from a cursed forest haunted by a man-eating shark to a quiet town hiding something far darker. With Maru down and the boy's real identity finally revealed, it feels like the story has only just started showing its teeth. Let me know what you think of these chapters in the comments, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.